Hi everyone, Indigo Twin here. Welcome to this week's reading. This is for the week beginning the 13th of February. Had a bit of drama today, so I actually did a reading this morning. It's now night here, and had a bit of problems with the computer. And I accidentally somehow lost the reading that I'd actually recorded this morning. I knew which cards they were. However, I was divinely guided to actually pull a new set of cards. So obviously within the amount of time just goes to show you just how quickly energies can change. Because yes, there are a few similar cards here to what I had before, but it's completely different. So I'd just like to say a big thank you. Thank you to everyone who's commented, liked, subscribed. Thank you for booking in readings. And I am just so happy to be here to be able to share what I'm getting from Spirit in regards to the divine partnerships, union, mission, twin flames. So it's great to be here, and I am sure by the looks of things that this reading is as different as it is from the one that I actually recorded this morning. It looks like to be a very interesting reading indeed. So without further ado, I shall get on with the reading. Thank you for those of you who are just joining me, just to describe what's going on with the layout here. I use the Cartouche cards, and we have Divine Masculine here, Divine Feminine here, Divine Partnership, and then a few other cards. And then I also do the Isis Healing at the end. So, and I'd just like to mention, for those of you who do subscribe and like my channels, I hope you've actually had a chance to watch the Divine Healing video that I recorded a few days ago. It is an amazing spread, and if it is healing that you are looking at doing in order to get closer into your union and mission, then I highly recommend it. Not sure how long I'll be doing them or when I'll be doing them. I'm just guided to do them as, and of course it is free at the moment, but I do, of course, I have a website, indigotwin11.com, and you can book any readings on there. So that's all been happening this week. So again, thank you, and let's get on with the reading, shall we? Okay, so the first card I'm getting for the masculine here is the Bast card. It's a card number 4, and Bast is the image here is the sistrum. So Bast is the goddess of joy, and also the patroness of cats. Now, what this card is suggesting is intuition, bit of caution, but also protection. There's devotion, but also mental healing. There is, it does suggest generosity, but the healing rays are very applicable to the mind. So any pressing worries and turmoil will soon pass, and that's what the Bast card suggests. It also suggests following one's intuition. What that means for the Divine Masculine is that they're actually starting to feel more into what it is and where they are going. So there's a good feeling card around here, and and happiness. So there's a lot of joy there. Moving down, we've got the Buckle of Isis, which of course is a very feminine card and suggests growth with sacrifice. Now, it is a ceremonial buckle or not, and it usually suggests the womb. So what that means is fidelity, fertility, and growth with sacrifice. So in this context, what it is there is a real reflecting on emotions, and sort of trying to understand and figure out how to bring things into the day of light. And also with this is, what is it that the masculines are saying? What materially can they sacrifice to come into divine union? What is it that they will need to sacrifice? Because they're very intent on getting there. And as we know in the 5D, they're definitely in that place. However, now they're considering things. So they're very happy with the way, they're progressing. So how is it that they're going to move this down? Now, of course, when we do the 5D projection into the partnership, we'll know a little bit more. But let's move on into Uranus. Now, Uranus, as you know, if you've been following me for a while, has actually appeared in the feminine a fair bit. Now, it's a card number 18, which of course is a 9 and suggesting endings. So what that is saying to me, it is suggesting that there's a bit of careful, wise handling of things. So a lot of planning behind the scenes. And of course, when it was in the feminine, it was projected looking away. However, being in the masculine today, he's actually looking towards the partnership, towards the feminine. So it's a very good placing for Uranus to be here. So, as I said, bit of planning behind the scenes and seeing it's kind of like a release. And what I'm sensing here is a real release of any karmic situations and a letting go. So it's a very, very positive card to have right there. It's a good place to be. Now, moving on, let's move on to the feminine. So what we've got here is Isis. Perfect card for Isis to be here in the feminine. Of course, she is the divine feminine. The goddess, well, she's a goddess and she's a patroness of magic, of course. Isis is divine light energy. She is all about, of course, compassion and nurturing and caring and maternal love and perseverance. So there's a lot of perseverance around the feminine at the moment. Things are made possible. When the feminine begins to open and trust, then this is where things or help from beyond is at hand. So in other words, the feminine are beginning to release the fears that they had originally and are turning to their divine wisdom, their divine higher beings, in order to trust. So it's a very powerful card to have here. Very, very powerful. So well done, feminines. That is an excellent placing of this card right now. It's a card number 2. So again, I look at the card number 2 as being a union. And funny enough, right after it is the fire. Card number 11, the divine twin flame card. Now here we have, of course, Uranus around this bowl where the flames are coming out, looking towards the partnership. So very, very positive. Very positive, very, very positive. It's like, of course, fire is about burning. It's about energy and creativity and loyalty and bringing creative gifts into the light. So it is, of course, the mythical bird, the phoenix, who rises from the ashes. So the burning of bridges for the better, burning up the rubbish and moving to new. So this is a very positive message for the feminines right now. And last but not least, we have the twins. So the twins cards, of course, this is the mission. This is what she's working towards. The twins, the two who are actually, this is the divine union. So what beautiful cards to have. And it's a card number 20, which of course breaks down to card number 2. What a perfect combination of cards to have here. I cannot I cannot speak highly enough about this. Is incredible. This is working really, really well with the masculines. So definitely I am seeing a lot of shifting, a lot of movement here. Now, before I go on to the partnership, I'd just like to point out to this card here, the water card. This jumped out of the deck as I was shuffling. So what it is change. Because of course water moves things. Water, just like the fire that burns up the rubbish, the water makes things flow. So it's a very emotional, feminine type card. And it talks about how one reflects life and about the ebbs and the flows. So it is about exploring deep unconsciousness. What else are they trying to say to me? Okay. So movement. They're saying it's movement. We're talking about a lot of movement happening, a lot of shifts that are happening. And this is quite interesting considering we've just had the full moon and the full moon eclipse. And what does it mean for the partnership? What's going on for the partnership? We have the Sphinx, the Pyramid, and Horus. So, the Sphinx, a card number 21, breaking down to card number 3. So we have divine guidance there. Okay, we definitely have help. The more connected we are, the closer we come into union. So with the Sphinx, we're talking about patience. So there is patience to be gained here. So in other words, what's going on at the moment? There is a kind of a sitting back and going through what self-imposing mental barriers that we are actually putting on ourselves. So it is a lot about coming to one's spirituality and also keeping to oneself. So what this is that I'm sensing on the 5D there is a lot of movement, a lot of action. However, the Sphinx is saying, be patient. It's not yet ready to come out into the light of day. So be patient. We're getting there. We're getting there because the pyramid following straight after it is about the evolution of the soul through time. So there is an initiation period and there is a sense of future changes occurring with this card, providing we actually work through and surrender to karmic grace. It is a test time. It can be a little bit stressful. However, a good outcome is suggested. And the self-imposed barriers that we place on ourselves is what's holding us from moving forward. So it's very important that we trust, that we be love. Extremely, extremely important. Can't say this enough. Trust in what is unfolding. Be patient. It is happening. This is good. This is a really good outcome here. Okay, so are there any messages? Is there any action this week? And being Valentine's Day, I'm sure everybody's wondering, wow, what's going to happen? How's this going to overcome? Be patient. It's a day. Yes, we celebrate love, but it's just a day. Okay, because we know on the 5D it's already there. and it is closer than it has been in a long time. So be patient. It is definitely there. We've still got a lot of healing. So what's happening now is where the healing is occurring of the karmic past. It's a card number 3, divine guidance, Horus, the all-seeing eye and the son of Osiris and Isis. There is courage, there's harmony, overcoming mental barriers and obstacles. There are very strong healing rays are being evoked here in order for this to happen. So what's happening now, from what I can see here, is that feminines have worked through their stuff. They're allowing more, they're trusting more. They're seeing that this is more possible now that they trust a lot more than they did before, now that they've been here doing the healing work. The masculines are quite content, wondering, what is it? What is it that I have to do in order for this to come to fruition? And knowing and understanding. So there is a lot happening here. Now it's about the partnership. So both are working strongly on the 5D level and moving down to each individual counterpart on the 3D to actually evoke the healing, to still work through those last bits of past life karma that need to be worked through. That's what's going on here. Because how are the 5D masculine towards the partnership? And we have Cyrus. Of course, the Syrian energies occurring here. So Syrian energies, of course, is about universal awareness. Yes. Sorry. I'm not sure what you said. How can I help you? Okay. So it seems that Siri wanted to put her piece in there. Cyrus. Okay, I'll avoid saying Syrian. So Cyrus is all about, of course, we're looking at, it's the obelisk and the 5-pointed star, the sacred star of the ancestors. It's all about universal awareness and energies that bless with the spirit of pioneering and adventure. There is a breadth of vision. So, of course, there is vision towards this. Okay, it's there. It's definitely there. It's coming. How are the 5D feminines looking towards the partnership Earth? So we are grounding. We're definitely grounding here. It talks about putting the material aspects of life into correct perspective right now. So what is it? Interestingly enough, how we have the earth here, and then we've got this growth with sacrifice. Also, this means putting back into the earth. So it's really important for us to be able to put back. So in other words, if you like to garden, go ahead, put something in the garden. Watch it grow, just like the relationship. So watch it grow. Enjoy the momentum of it. If you don't like gardening, then go to the beach, to the mountains, the park, forest, and just feel and be in the present moment of enjoying the earth. Interestingly enough, how we have this Cyrus and then we have earth here coming together. So bringing heaven and earth together, being preserved by the pyramid. So what have I got in regards to the bottom of the deck card today? So we have Ta, card number 8. Also, I like to see that as 8 being another twin number, the infinity symbol. So of course, Ta is the patron of men. So how does this relate to this reading in a whole? How do we sum this up? How does this fit into things? Well, quite simply, Tah is actually all about, yes, it's a masculine, but it's also about ingenuity and craftsmanship. But it also talks about the evolutionary journey back to the source and about the soul advancing through many experiences and learning from each lesson, and how this shapes character and identity of the psyche. So there's a lot of healing work going on, particularly down in the 3D, both individually and in partnership. For those of you who are in union or very close, there is a lot going on. Now also, the Tah, of course, and the reason why I say that this is like a twin card is because it is like the bricks in the spiritual foundations and constructing and building of our temple that grows with our life's lessons. So what is happening is we are building this. As we shed life's lessons, we actually build stronger foundations in order to bring this up into the light of day. So there's a very, very strong message here in regards to all this. So overall, it is pretty good, particularly the 5D. The 3D level, they're just saying, this card keeps coming up. This here is saying, be patient. The work is still being done. There is happiness, there is grace, there is joy. There's a lot to be seen here. However, there's also patience. That is key to this union and mission. Draw in love, draw in the wealth of the higher beings, of what they're actually bringing about for you. Really feel into that. Okay, I think that pretty much covers out what is going on in the week. So, yes, definitely a change from the one I had before. We had a few difficulties. So isn't it amazing how energies just shift? And look, Divine had its hand, because that reading, when I did it, the energies may have been correct at the time. However, they weren't allowing me to give it to the collective. And hence, this is why I had so many problems trying to get it up. So, anyway, no point in going in there, because this is what is now. So there's been and it just goes to show how in a matter of hours, energies can shift. So generally speaking, this is there. So the energies that were put out this morning have definitely actually altered this a lot. A lot. Big changes happening. So anyway, let's move on to the healing part of this reading and the Isis Oracle card with the Alana Fairchild. So I'll just shuffle the cards and call upon Isis, goddess of light and love, who loves us unconditionally. Please give us a healing message for the collective. Please up and come back. And there it is. We have divine destiny, the path of the divine warrior. Yes, there certainly is a lot of warrior energies right now. Just I can't see it because of the light there, but have a look. There's a lot going on. So I shall go through and read the message for the divine destiny and then follow it up with the healing ritual. So let's just relax and hear the message of divine destiny, the spiritual work of the higher initiate. So the divine warrior guides you to your divine destiny. The divine warrior energy exists within men and women as the inner propulsion to continue with a worthy path, even during times of difficulty. When faced with a challenge, a true warrior will summon more of him or herself to the cause. It might be more wisdom, focus, intelligence, and surrender into the divine. The warrior within has great inner resourcefulness and determination. This part of you will lead you to spiritual success. The Oracle of Divine Destiny is a call to your divine warrior. This part of you has great self-esteem and it believes that what you desire is worth whatever effort, personal growth, application, focus, and attention are required to obtain it, provided it aligns with your divine destiny. This part of you acts in personal integrity, and if the goal will compromise integrity, then the goal is refined until it shines like a diamond in your heart. Then the divine warrior will bring it into being. The path of the divine warrior is not one of any means to an end. The means and the end are considered equally important. The divine warrior will succeed in bringing about your divine destiny, but it will be done in a way that is in integrity with deep spiritual values. What a clear message, very important. There are important teachings on the path of the feminine about the need for surrender and allowing for best manifestation. The divine warrior is not at odds with these, but continually surrenders into the greater unfoldment and play of cosmic forces, seeking to align with those forces for greatest power and flow. The oracle of divine destiny often comes at a time when there is something that you feel you are struggling to attain. It may be a vague sense or a clear vision. There is something within your heart that you have almost given up hope on, wondering if it ever really is going to come together. This oracle comes with a message that although you may feel struggle or challenge, it is not a sign to step away in this situation. It is a sign to put your faith in the divine warrior within instead. This warrior may shift, approach, change expectation, go within to find the resources you require, or find a completely different path to get you to your destiny. Do not give up the fight. If you are not sure to what this applies, ask yourself, what is it in your life that you feel you are fighting to attain or maintain? Find what is not in form but in essence. If it is your job that you are fighting for, then it may be your freedom and responsibility that you are really fighting for, as an example. If you are fighting your weight or eating habits, then it might be the right to express your true feelings that you are fighting for, with your body as the divine warrior, refusing to give up the right to truthful expression. Find the truth of what you are working towards and keep your heart and mind centered in that truth. Your divine warrior will get you what you need and deeply desire, in alignment with your best and highest divine destiny. You deserve no less. Now that is a clear message. Again, about trust. Merging into your inner warrior and finding the strength that you need to fight the good fight. Do not give up by any means. This is the time to stay in there and stand your ground. Hold strong. Now, I'm going to go into the ritual and follow it with the incantation. So, now just relax and close your eyes and go into your heart. Be aware of a stillness within you and imagine that you can read your inner heart as if it were a beautiful book of words, images, and scenes. Imagine, sense, or feel that this book within your heart is accessible to you now, and as you ask silently within, where am I fighting for my divine destiny right now? And be aware that the book responds to you, falling open at a particular page. Now imagine that you can perceive or feel the contents of that page, letting yourself be aware of any impressions, whether they make sense to you or not. If you do not sense anything, that is fine. It doesn't mean nothing is happening, it just means you are not consciously aware of it for now. Be patient and intend to receive guidance which will become clear to you during this ritual or later on, whatever serves you best. Now ask the book, how do I best fight so that my divine destiny will manifest? And be aware that the book opens at a particular page and you see, sense, or feel, perceive or notice certain colours, feelings, or impressions. You may see images or get clear guidance, or you may find that you don't notice much consciously at all. Even if the latter is the case for you, do the exercise anyway, because you will be receiving guidance at a subconscious cellular level that will have a healing and guiding effect on your thoughts, actions, and impulses. This is a deep healing exercise, no matter how vivid your perception of your inner book may be. Take your time in coming back to your heart. And when you are ready, just open your eyes. If you had any insights, you may wish to record them immediately before your awareness leaves this altered state. And now for the incantation, which will help you merge with your inner warrior and find the strength that you need to fight your good fight for your highest divine destiny. You can say this standing up, feet strong on the ground, belly in and firm, and arms wide. Just enjoy your strength and repeat the following after me. Warrior strong within my heart you beat. My highest destiny I shall meet. Your power, focus and determination ends fear, doubt and procrastination. Warrior strong within my heart you beat. Together my highest destiny we greet. Now, isn't that a great message? You are a divine warrior. You have it within you to trust, to draw in that. Now, if you didn't see anything in the book when we were doing the ritual, do listen to the ritual again, maybe when you're a bit more relaxed, or even just perceive it when you actually lie down to go to sleep. Just really go into your heart and open up the book as best as you can. Ask for divine guidance. And again, don't worry if it doesn't come to you. It will, definitely on a subconscious, on the 5D level. So it is a wonderful message. It's a great, there are shifts occurring. They're not mind-blowing yet, but they are. This is excellent work. This has probably been, there's more action here than there has been, because in previous weeks it's been a lot of peace, tranquility, just going with the flow type things. This is suggesting movement. So, of course, Uranus suggests the movement, and the fact that the masculine is looking over here into it, and this one looking right back, that in itself is wonderful. Remember, it is also a card number 9. So there are endings. And what that means is there are endings within the masculine's 3D life at the moment. The growth with sacrifice. Letting go of what is not needed in order to fulfill the mission, in order to go on to this journey. It is there. Thank you so much for listening. Just to remind you, I do have a website, indigotwin11.com. I've just posted up the videos that I have at the moment. I'll be putting more information there. There is a section where you can actually book readings. And please do have a look at the divine healing reading that I did a few days ago, which is quite different to this one. This is talking about what's going on between the two and the individuals. The other one is a purely healing and guidance in order to go into mission and to union. So it's a very fantastic reading, and I'm not sure when I'll do the next one, but I'm sure I'll be guided when it would be a good time to post another one. So keep an eye out for that. Of course, this reading itself, I've put it up there as the Cartouche reading, can be done on an individual basis, and it would be specifically related to your situation as opposed to this being for the collective. This is the collective energies that's going on right now. So I thank you so much for joining me. I apologize for the delay in getting this video out to you. But, you know, sometimes things can change in the matter of hours, and here it is. So I hope you enjoy. Have a wonderful week. I send you lots of love, lots of light, and many beautiful blessings. Thank you again, and bye for now.